let's get started. The whole purpose behind this training, I think it is essential. I think there's still some confusion regarding of like what AI is and how do we use it and how can it benefit me? And okay, is this thing gonna one day take over my job? Is this gonna take over the world? Is this gonna be, is this something that threatens my livelihood? Whatever it might be, there's some fear, and then there's confusion, and then there's some excitement as well. So I'm here to dispel some of the fear. I'm here to create, at least give you some knowledge so that maybe it erases some of the confusion, and then hopefully build some excitement back into you so that you're like, oh my gosh, these are some amazing tools, and I should absolutely be using this, and I should continue to learn as much as I can, because AI right now is still very much at its infancy. And the cool thing about AI is it's only going to get better. But what I don't believe is it's ever going to take your job, because the agent still plays such an integral role. Now, what it could do is some of the inputting of data and things like that. Like, it's just going to take away some of that. It's not going to be necessary. And when it comes to creating material, it's going to help you create more material faster, more efficiently, and it's going to make just life easier. So some of the things that we stress over, whether it's writing listing descriptions, not everybody's a great writer or feels like they're talented in that. And so you kind of overanalyze every single word and you try to make it sound so perfect. And because it is marketing, what you write in that listing description is important. And so how do we build in tools and resources so that we're able to do that in a much more efficient, timely manner, and it actually sounds great as well. What's important we're going to go through is it's not just straightforward. It's not just like, hey, give me a listing description. It's actually, when we look at AI, what it's there for is to help you have a conversation. It's like you're having a conversation with someone. This is not like Google where you're looking for information. You're actually looking for a particular output. And so there's some science and some tactics to be able to produce those outputs. And so we'll talk about that as well. And then I'll show you, live how you can go about doing this. So, Charlotte, thanks for joining. Like I said, if you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to unmute and jump in and ask questions. But we'll jump right in. So some of the things we're going to cover, ultimately, AI is a 3-step process. And so we'll look at those 3 steps. Some of the other additional tools that you can use other than just like ChatGPT, and then how you utilize this at a high level. And so that's what we're going to cover today. All right. So AI in real estate is as easy as 1, 2, 3. So you're going to pick your tool, and everybody knows about ChatGPT, but there's actually other tools that have recently come out, like as of the last few weeks. And then a lot of the tools and resources we use today are integrating AI as well. In fact, as we're here on Zoom, you can actually now incorporate, it's called Zoom Companion, and Zoom is integrating AI. So let's say you jump into a Zoom call late, you can actually use AI Companion to give you a summary of what's been discussed already. It can actually produce summaries afterwards as well for those who are hosting those meetings. And so even things like Zoom can now is incorporating AI to make life easier, time more efficient, or filling in those gaps, because you're busy real estate agents actively trying to find the next prospect, helping your clients, get them to closing, whatever it might be. And sometimes you want to be a part of these training courses, but you might not have that time built in. And even Zoom can allow you to kind of speed along that process. But we'll talk about some of the other tools that you probably use right now and how AI is being featured in those. But you pick your tool, then you create your prompt. And this is the important thing. When I was talking about how do you create an output, this is how we're going to create the output. So you pick your tool, and then you go, okay, I need to identify my audience. I need to tell ChatGPT, who am I talking to? Or you yourself, you have to have that mindset of, okay, who is my audience going to be? So if you're thinking about a social media post, or you're thinking about a listing description, or you're thinking about like, how do I utilize this for my YouTube video, or whatever it might be, you're trying to identify, okay, who is my audience, and then you're communicating that to the tool. And then you want to set the tone and the style. what kind of tone, like how do you want to come across? What is the wording, and how do you want that to manifest in the mind of your listener, your viewer? And so you've got to communicate that, and then the style, and then proper formatting. How long do you want it to be? Do you want it to be 100 characters or less? Do you want it to be 100 words or less? Do you want it to be no more than 4 sentences? Do you want emojis? Do you want hashtags? Things like that. So it's also, how do you want this to be pre-formatted? And the cool thing about most AI tools is it's going to create an output, and then you might say, oh, you know what? This was too long. This was too short. This doesn't have this or that. And then it's like you just say add emojis, and suddenly it can just add emojis to exactly what it just produced. Or you can say, actually make this 4 sentences instead of like the book that it just wrote you. And so that's where you can just make quick adjustments, and it's super fast anyway. And then once you've created the prompt, you've hit enter, it gives you the output. Now it's your job to review and improve it. This is especially important for real estate agents when you are talking about a listing description or something that is going out for public consumption, because we have codes of ethics in real estate that, you got to make sure that it's not violating any sort of fair housing laws, or, that it fits compliance. So as we're also utilizing this, it's not like just copy paste and plug it in. You got to make sure that you review it, and that that it's not going to get you in trouble, because is not smart enough yet to know what fair housing laws are. And then once you reviewed it, then you want to improve it, because you still have your own touch. You still are, the beauty of AI is it's not a human. And so it's going to spit out something really good, but now you get to put your personal touch. You're still professional. You still get to be creative. It's just giving you a much easier platform to be able to add your own creativity. And so I want to encourage you, make sure that you're still putting you are what makes you special. And so you want to make sure that whatever you're communicating to your database, or to your audience, or to your, social media, whatever it is, that is still you at the end of the day. And so that's where you actually have that ability to improve it after you get that output. All right. So we'll show a little bit more of that. All right. So here are the two most commonly used. Number one is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the one that was like released. Elon Musk and several other super rich people decided that they were going to pull resources and create ChatGPT, because they felt like this was coming and they want it to be used ethically and responsibly. And so they created ChatGPT, and they put it out for free use so that people could start to utilize it. And with all artificial intelligence, the more we use it, the smarter it gets. And so they were wise to say, hey, we're going to put this out for free. We want people to use it because it's going to help generate an even better program moving forward and in the future. But it also allows them, of course, it all depends on what it sounds like from a responsibility standpoint and who really determines what's responsible or not. But it does, because of the power of AI, it does allow for it to potentially be abused. And so, again, I highly encourage you all, use it responsibly, use it in a way that's going to only, it's just going to benefit you and build in efficiencies into your work and your life. But ChatGPT came out, I believe, earlier this year, and it's super easy to use. We'll go through that a little bit. But Google Bard just came out very recently, within the last few weeks. And the cool thing about Google Bard, and I actually feel like Google Bard is in some ways better than ChatGPT. I just have more experience using ChatGPT, but Google Bard is really cool because it uses the power and the information and the analytics and all the data that Google's collected over the last 20 years, and it incorporates it into Google Bard. And so for certain aspects of what we're going to be talking about today, like market expert analysis and things like that, I would encourage you to go through Google Bard. Google Bard's free as well. So ChatGPT and Google Bard, they've got free programs, they got paid programs. It depends on what you're looking for, and there's some different ways that you can utilize those paid versions. I personally have not used them because I haven't had a need. But the ChatGPT 4.0 is a pay version, and I think it's $20 a month. So it's not super expensive, but it does have, some of the outputs might be a little bit more specific, and a few other tools. But I believe for getting started, until you kind of get a deeper understanding of how to use the tools, just use it for free. You just use the free versions, and then who knows what the future, like a lot of other programs, all of it might be pay one day. But for now, it's nice because it's all you can use it for free. And then there's extensions and plugins, and we're going to talk about that. There's certain plugins that directly into ChatGPT that you can create. It creates drop down, so then you can kind of select, like, I'm a real estate agent. I want to talk to these people in this tone, and this is the information I'm looking for, and then it'll spit it out for you, as opposed to you trying to think, like, how do I type this out? Like, how do I create that prompt? In many ways, it'll create that prompt for you. And then there's plugins as well. So like Zoom, like Canva is now incorporating AI. It's all those plugins as well that come along with it. So those are some of the popular AI tools that you'll want to get familiar with, and we'll talk about today as well. So how can you use AI? Listing descriptions, social media scripts, buyer and seller guides, newsletters and emails, automated Google reviews, blog posts, event planning, and conversations. In this regard is what we used to say were scripts. Now we're calling them conversations, because it's developing those templates for the conversations that you need to have. And so maybe it's like, hey, I'm going to be doing a listing presentation, or I need to make a call to so-and-so about such and such. Give me a way of communicating this professionally and warmly, or with care, those sort of things. And so then it can create an actual conversation template for you. So these are just the ways that I kind of thought, like, hey, these are super practical ways of utilizing artificial intelligence in your world as a real estate agent. All right, so let's talk about listing descriptions. So again, we're going to use the 1, 2, 3 mode. We're going to pick our tool, we're going to create our prompt, and then we'll review it and improve it. And so I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to switch to ChatGPT and show you what it produced. But we're going to pick our tool. We're going to use ChatGPT 3.0. We're going to create our prompt. Our audience, who are we talking to? Obviously, potential home buyers. Our tone and style is going to be energetic and storytelling. And then our formatting would be, we're going to provide conditions and home details. And then we're just going to let it go without giving it any confines as to how long. And then we'll look at that. Here's the prompt. I am a real estate professional, and I need to write a property description for 207 Timberlake Drive, Lynchburg, Virginia, to attract home buyers. Use vivid, emotional language that entices someone to want to live in the home. Tell a story about the home. So tell a story about the home. The home is in a lake community, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, freshly painted, has LVP flooring, granite countertops, and a 1-car garage, front porch with lake views. Okay. So this was my output. That seems a little long for most listing descriptions. Would you agree? But you can actually read in it, and it literally is telling it like you're telling a story. Welcome to your dream lakeside retreat at 207 Timberlake Drive in the charming community of Lynchburg, Virginia. Step inside this enchanting abode and prepare to be captivated by its irresistible charm and breathtaking lake views. So as you can hear, like, maybe this isn't how you talk. Maybe this isn't how, like, you utilize the English language. So maybe you just utilize some different terms, but it gives you the template to use, and then you get to kind of make it your own. And so when I put in an output that said create an output to shorten to 6 sentences, you can see where it shortened it quite a bit. It might not look like it because I blew up the letters a little bit on the font, but this is what it would then shorten it to. And you can even make it shorter, right? Like 4 sentences, 2 sentences, whatever you want it to be, on how you want to market the property. But this is what it can do. All right. And if you're reading it, like, you can tell me, I don't think that's very good, but I think it sounds pretty good. I feel like that makes it pretty easy. I didn't have to write that at all. Now I just want to make sure it doesn't say anything about it being a great place for a family, or any generic, anything that's generic that could get you in potentially trouble, like a short walk to or something like that. But you just want to make sure it's not going to get you in trouble. You're not violating anything with compliance. You're not going to get fined, but just reread it, put your spin on it, and then go, right? You don't have to do anything else. Any questions, any thoughts before I move on? Do you feel like this would be helpful?
Yeah, I do for sure.
I do as well. It just scares me a little bit, but we had that conversation last week. But it definitely can shorten your work time, I think, because I overthink things.
Exactly. Exactly my point, Charlotte. And I do too. And so sometimes you're like, okay, let me just where's my easy? Everyone's always looking for an easy button, and we now have one, right? Because we overanalyze everything, whether it's social. Charlotte, we have had this conversation with social media, right? Like we want to overthink things because we're perfectionists, and perfectionism is the enemy of progress. And so when we get into this mode of perfection, it slows us down substantially. And so this allows us to really hone in on our time efficiencies, our time blocks. Like I need to market this for the sake of my client, but I don't need to spend all day trying to write a listing description. Now you don't have to. Like even if you get super skeptical of this, even if you spend 10, 15 minutes over analyzing what it put out, that's going to save you a lot more time than you trying to write it. And then you overanalyze, and then you rewriting, right? So even still, this should be a huge time saver for anybody. All right, so social media scripts. All right, so again, we're just going to use Google Bard in this case. So we'll use the audience is our sphere and general public, because again, that's social media. Our tone and style, we want it to be professional, knowledgeable, credible, and relatable. And oops, the formatting's wrong there. Don't pay any attention to that, but we'll get into that. We're actually going to do this one live. It's not going to be, okay, here's my output. We're actually going to do this live. But this is going to be the output. I'm a real estate agent, and I need a social media post showing me as the real estate market expert in Lynchburg, Virginia. I want to sound professional but relatable. I need an updated real estate market update to show my knowledge. All right. So I'm going to highlight that to save us a little bit of time. Can y'all see Google Bard? Is that showing?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right, so I've got it in there now. This is my prompt, and I'm gonna hit submit. And here you go. Yeah.
Just curious, is there a reason that you use this one versus Chat GPT for the social media, or are you just showing different options?
So here's why I'm using it for this particular like market update, is because Google Bard is actually going to be able to provide you some market analysis because it's pulling from Google, and Google sifts through Zillow and other open information resources that are on the internet. I'm absolutely going to tell you this. Do not rely, and you can see it right now. Do not just rely on those numbers, but use the information you have from whatever we're providing you, or whatever research you're doing on the real estate market through the MLS, or whatever tool you're doing to pull market information, and double check it, because I would not go, this is the right information. But what it does is it at least gives you, again, this template, and then all you have to do is go find the data and then stick it in there, right? But that's why I like Google Bard for that. Here's the other cool thing about Google Bard is you can click view other drafts right here, and you can just look at, it gives you 3 different ones. This one specifically is LinkedIn. Like, how cool is that? Like, that's one of the best parts of Google Bard as opposed to ChatGPT is it actually has it automatically provides you 3 different drafts that you can choose from. And so right here, social media posts. As the Lynchburg real estate market expert, I'm here to help you, here to keep you updated on the latest trends and insights. The median home, and you could even say like, I want to know median home price. I want to know if how many new listings were in the last 30 days. I want to know how many homes sold in the last 30 days. I want to know how many expireds there were, how many homes are for sale by owner. How, like, you can choose what stats. Like, this is a very generic prompt, right? I just said I want to show that I'm the market expert, and it provided me market data. Well, you can actually say, this is what I want. These are the things that I'm wanting to highlight, and then it's going to create that script. And then you go find the information just to double check it, and now you just plug and play. And then let's say you can just copy this, put it in a Facebook post, and boom, you've got it. Or you can use it and create your, like, you can create a story, right? Which I would highly encourage. You don't want to look like you're reading. You don't want your eyes to kind of look like this. But there are tools and you can actually put it on your screen to kind of refer to, but you still want to, like, when you talk, you want to talk personality. You want to talk with, like, I know what I'm talking about and I'm not just reading. But even if you read it, it's still better to do it than not do it at all. And so this allows you to create, whether it's YouTube content or stories, reels, those sort of things, but you got to do it consistently. I highly encourage you to create your own material consistently when it comes to being the market expert, because people tune into that, and people always tune into videos more than they tune into like reading something. But you can do both, right? You can make the post and then you can make the story with you sharing it, and then you're hitting them from both sides of that. But what it does is it takes a lot of this fear away from, am I, one, coming across as the market expert? Boom, I've got a script. And then two, it just alleviate, like, okay, with my social media game, what content should I be posting on a regular basis? Being the market expert is always one of the top ones. You don't want to hit them every single time, but you definitely want to use it, at least probably twice a month. I would say, just to continue to reiterate, like, I am the expert in this market. You can trust me. I know what I'm talking about. And so, you could even say, so the nice thing about Google Bard too, and ChatGPT does this as well, is it saves your recent prompts. So you can actually refer back to it. And so, like, in this case, let's say this time you want to use this template. And then the next time you do your market expert, you use this template, right? So it already produces two. You just got to decide, okay, how do I want to present this information? Does this sound like me? Do I need to adjust? Again, review and improve it, and then go with it. Don't overthink it. A lot of times when I went to a regional meeting in March, they had a panel of people that were experienced at utilizing social media at a high level. And they're like, just document, don't create, right? Like, we get so caught up on, like, how does it sound? Now, I do think as you do it more, you'll get better at it, more comfortable, and you'll get more creative, and then it'll create better content. But right now, like, just stay in front of people, and this is the easy way to do it. So if you're not using LinkedIn, everybody should find whatever it is, their modes of communicating, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. Just figure out what yours is, and you can actually say, I want to create a TikTok reel. Is it TikTok reels? I don't know. I want to create a Facebook reel. I want to create an Instagram reel, and it can actually create it specific to, like, this tone and style for those programs. Any questions? Anything y'all want me to adjust here? You want me to, let's see. I am a real estate agent, and I need a TikTok video script that shows I'm the market expert in Lynchburg, Virginia. Please give me Lynchburg real estate market updates for September 2023, including number of homes sold, number of homes listed, number of, and total days market. Let's see. Make it professional. Funny. Oh, let's make that. Or that might be two. Hold on. It's your boy, Zach, your local real estate expert. That sounds like TikTok, right? That sounds more like what you'd hear on TikTok. I'm here to give you a quick update on the market for September 2023. The median home sold price in Lynchburg was 267,000, up 17.3% from last year. That actually sounds fairly like that's pretty close. I don't know if it's exact, but it's pretty close. Homes are selling quickly with an average of just 7 days on the market. That I wouldn't necessarily agree with that either. So what does this mean for you? If you're selling, now is a great time to do it. Homes are in high demand and selling for top dollar. If you're buying, be prepared to act quickly and be flexible with your budget. So again, right, work, and it even gave me my word count, 79 words. So you see the power of this. I won't belabor it anymore, but that's one of the cool things. And I would encourage you to, for your social media posts, reels, whatever it is, you want to show the world you're the market expert. Sometimes we just need this, the wording, but then you plug in that because you are the market expert. You should know this information. If you don't, please let me know. I will help you with that. But this just gives you that easy button to be able to create the content and not think too hard about it. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the slides. All right, conversations. So the types of conversations: calling your database, FSBOs expired, door knocking, networking or meeting new people, handling objections. You can plug all this stuff in. Help me overcome this objection when I'm talking to a FSBO, when I'm having a conversation with somebody that wants to sell their house on their own and they don't want to pay a real estate agent commission. All right, so we'll go back to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, create your prompt, a stranger at the grocery store. So, hey, I want to go lead generate today. This is something that Romance Smith did during Bold to hit our Bold 100s. It was really impressive. She would go to grocery stores and Home Depot and all these different places, and she would just find ways to strike up conversations. And then eventually, obviously, you want to find ways to let them know that I am a real estate agent expert. You want the tone and style to be friendly and conversational. Start with something not real estate. Okay. So again, I'm just gonna take my prompt here. I'm a realtor in Lynchburg, Virginia. I want to walk around the grocery store and strike up conversations with strangers about real estate. I want to begin with saying hello and discussing something not real estate related. So you can even tell it how you want to start. I want to finish with asking if they know anyone who wants to buy, sell, and invest in real estate and have them download my personal real estate app. All right, so here's my ChatGPT. I'm gonna put it in here. All right, here we go. There's my prompt. Engaging strangers in a grocery store about real estate can be a great way to expand your network and generate leads. Here's a conversation starter script that gradually leads to discussing real estate and offering your real estate. Hi there, how's your day going? Finding everything you need? Have you tried the fresh produce here? The fruits and veggies are always so good. Probably don't want to do this at Walmart, right? But maybe Kroger, maybe at Fresh Market or something like that. By the way, do you live around Lynchburg? I've been amazed by how the real estate market's evolving here. I recently helped a family find their dream home in this neighborhood. The market is really heating up. So, like again, this might not feel natural to you, but if you practice it enough, then you can start to feel natural with it. And then it just takes walking up and having that conversation, making sure that they seem like a friendly person before you do it. And so again, this might not be your lead generation style. It's just a case example of how you can create conversations, right? And it can provide that step by step. Any thoughts, any questions here? You don't have to tell me this is something I would never do, because that's fine. Some people will, some people won't. Is there another script, conversation template that you would like to create? And we can do it. Just let me know.
Maybe door knocking script.
You want door knock? Okay. All right. I'm a Virginia, and I'm going door knocking. So this might be actually one that's better for Bard if I'm gonna get super specific. So I'm gonna go Bard. In the community of Farmington, I want to come from contribution and offer you come to my open house. I want to sound friendly, professional, and inviting. I want it to be conversation. So I need to afternoon between 1. Anything else you want me to put in there?
No.
What you think? Pretty long, right? There you go. Short and sweet, right? So again, maybe that's shorter than what you want. You can also look at some other drafts. Let's I'm going door knocking. Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm going door knocking. I want to come to contribution call. be a conversation. And the cool thing about AI is it starts to know even your prompts. It starts to understand like what do you like and what do you don't like the more you use it too. So just remember that the more you use it, the better you get and the better it gets at producing content that you like. So there you go. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right, so we got some more material. I'll crank through this a little bit. All right, so I was telling you earlier, Canva has a program called Ask ChatGPT, where you can ask ChatGPT to generate images for social media. So again, as you're obviously real estate agents use Canva quite a bit to create content, create materials, create images. Maybe it's for social media, maybe it's for other materials. But the cool thing is it's now incorporating ChatGPT into its software as well. I do think there's a small fee to use it, but if it can help you create marketing content super quickly, I would think that that's kind of a no-brainer. So I would encourage you, it can obviously, Canva can be used to create reels in the backgrounds and things like that with your floating heads. So yeah, absolutely look into utilizing that. I don't think it's a whole, I'm thinking it was only a few bucks, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, check into that on Canva. Here's another plugin. I'll actually show you how to use this. It's called Keywords Everywhere. And so this is a plugin into ChatGPT, and that's where it creates those drop downs. So I'm actually gonna show you this. I won't belabor that one. And then Merlin, I'll show you this one too, because Merlin is really cool. It's a plug-in into your browser. So like Chrome, it can plug right in. And so then when you're going to type something into maybe, let's say Facebook, it will actually, it's integrated right there into it. So you can actually create your prompt right there and it can create your Facebook post. It can also as you're typing out an email, it's already there. So the plugin allows you to, you don't have to go to ChatGPT and tell it what you want. You can do it directly through Gmail or whatever your email service is. I think we all pretty much use Gmail. It also, as you do Google searches, it can provide summaries of certain websites. It can actually summarize your YouTube videos. So Merlin's a really cool one as well. So all you have to do is go type into Google Chrome, just like Merlin extension for Chrome. It's a quick download. It goes into your extensions and then you have it. So I'm gonna show you guys how to use that too. Let's do that now. So Merlin for so it's Merlin AI. It's or you can just click right here into the Google Chrome Web Store. I've already had it. You'll just say add to Chrome right here, and then it'll produce it for you. Highly encourage you guys do that. It's totally free. There's nothing to it. And then this is what it can do for you. So I go to Facebook. What's on your mind, Zach? And right down here, this is what Merlin does. So I can create an announcement, an invitation. You can tell it what kind of announcement you're making. Sharing news, and you can create a prompt for specifically sharing news, or you can just hit create. Create a post about a free real estate school resource for the program. highlight the exciting reasons to get into real estate and leave their full-time jobs. All right, so this is crazy long. So I'm gonna hit stop generating because I don't even know what that's all about. Let's use that same in less than 10 sentences. Create a post that highlights a free real estate school called K-Score offered Keller Williams. Highlight leaving your Let's try it again. There you go. Of course, I don't know what this website is, so I would take that out. But it provides you hashtags, it provides you emojis. You can actually say no emojis, you can say more hashtags, whatever you want, but it's all there, right? And so that's the cool thing about all this. And now I've got to post promote K-Score. Now I just posted about K-Score yesterday. I promise you I did not do that through this. It's already one that's already been approved through compliance. But if this was something that I was targeting, like that sounds amazing, and it would have taken me forever to try to type all of this up. Okay. So so this is Merlin and it's powered by ChatGPT. All right. And so that's how you can create a quick Facebook post. Let me actually I won't do that for the sake of time, but if I even like pulled up my email right now, how it looks here with these three things and create does the same thing in your email. As you go to type in the box, it'll create those prompts for you as well. All right, so that's Merlin. The other one I wanted to show you was this keywords everywhere. Keywords everywhere. And this is where you install this program. And once you do, when you go into ChatGPT, which I have right here, it creates this K on the bottom left and under templates. And let me show you. So I can actually show you one that I've recently used. So the cool thing is you get to create your category. Are you looking at marketing, SEO, social media, productivity, professionals? I chose social media. You can choose which social media you want. I think all of them are pretty much there. And then I want to create what is a Facebook post calendar. So what do I want to post over the next however long, however often, and create the content, like already create the basically what I'm trying to do over those next however long, so that I'm not always having to think of what should I post about today, right? All right. But you can also do just Facebook post ideas, group post, ad creator. So if you're trying to come up with an ad, it can help you create an ad. But I chose the post calendar because I think this is really cool. You get to choose your languages. You get to choose your voice tones. I want this to be funny and creative, but you see all these other ones are here as well. And then what's my topic? New home buyers, sellers, new construction, market updates. And then how many threads do I want per week? You can go, I think, I don't know. I don't think there's no limit. I would limit yourself. But maybe it's 5, right? And then also like, actually it'll already do this. Holidays, hobbies. 7, you can do it for however many months. And then who's your audience? General public and friends. And then I'm gonna execute the template. You can see down here, it says it's, you can click there to stop generating, but it's currently generating. It takes a second to do. So this is what it's already produced. Month 1, October. So haunted house special spooky deals for brave home buyers. Construction fails Friday. The craziest construction blunders you won't believe. Halloween home decor hacks. So again, because I put funny, this is what it kind of created, right? If you want to change it and be more professional, then it'll start generating that too. So it doesn't create all of the material, but it gives you those ideas, and then you go create the material by plugging the concept into ChatGPT or Google Bard, and then it'll reproduce a lot of it, right? So now you go and like go, here's my idea. Now create me my script that I want to use, and then it'll go do it for me, right? Generate Instagram Reels script writer. Enthusiastic and analytical. Lynchburg, Virginia. Real estate market expert. Number of closings and September 2023. Closings and new listings. All right, so keywords everywhere. That's that program right there. Any questions about that?
Can you show me the way you are putting that? I'll just take a picture so I can incorporate.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go.
Thank
You just want, yeah, sure,
Thanks, Jack.
of course. All right. All right, so I'll leave y'all with this. So Nick Baldwin is he's kind of like a tech guru that works for Keller Williams. He's an agent up in New Jersey. He's actually created a cool video online that shows you how to create like a blog post that's super easy. If you don't know, our new websites just were created in Command. We're telling everybody to hold off on doing it because once you jump to the new websites, you can't go back. And with any technology, there's going to be some bugs and things like that. We don't know what those are. So early adapters, go for it. Like people that are, we're standing in line to buy the first iPhone, like just understand there's probably gonna be some clunkies. There's gonna be some things that happen. But he showed how to create an awesome blog post directly into Command by using social media. But his quote here is, AI will not put you out of business, but realtors who use AI will put you out of business because they're going to be so much more efficient. They're going to create amazing content and they're going to promote and market themselves at a high level. And so use the easy button, allow it to make a difference in your business, and then go win. Okay. Any questions? That's all I have.
Thank you so much, Jack. That was very helpful.
Awesome. Great to hear. Thank you for the feedback, Andrew.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you. That
thank you.
was very informative. I appreciate it.
For sure, Charlotte. Absolutely. Thanks for jumping on. Brian, anything, man?
No, I'm good. It was helpful. Thank you.
Cool, cool. Well, thank y'all for your time today. Let me know if y'all need anything, but we seriously appreciate you all, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you. Bye.
You have a good
Bye.
afternoon.